Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another review, and today we're taking a look at the Aoshima MFS3 Kiryu model kit. Now, you did hear right, this is a model kit. This is something that you have to put together yourself. So if you're familiar with the Gundam model kits, this will be pretty easy to put together. There's a few things that are different. But it's a pretty simple process either way. As you can see, this guy, he's pretty big. So, yeah, he's bigger than your normal Godzilla figure. And his legs are a little bent too. So, he's not at completely full height. Here, let me just, it's not really that much of a difference. So like I said before, this is a model kit. This was painted by me. It's not the best paint job, but this isn't how yours is gonna look. Pretty much what I did was I spray painted all the gray parts black, and then I went over it with a silver paint. It didn't really work out too well because the paint I used isn't really intended for model kits and stuff. It's more for like outdoor use, so I recommend using excuse me, I recommend using probably something like Tamiya brand paint. That's what's worked best for me in the past for model kits. Let's see, I guess we start with Articulation. He's pretty posable, I will say. Probably not as posable as the Monster Arts. I don't have it to compare, but I don't think it's quite as posable. Here, I'll probably have to, there we go, remove the head, just so I can show it off a little bit easier. Here's the head. So there's a ball joint here, here, and then one that attaches to the base of the head, which is right there. That allows it to look up that far, down that far. The mouth can open pretty nicely. The neck can slightly move. It can rotate here. As you can see, there's paint there because the paint I used wasn't too good and it didn't like dry properly or whatever. Head sculpt wise, here, I think it's really good. I think it's like spot on. I did do a little bit of painting on the head. These I painted in the little black marks, and then the kind of teardrop looking lines, the red lines, I painted those in. You get stickers for those, but personally I don't really like using stickers because eventually they peel off, so that's why I painted them in. Now another cool thing about this is right now he's got the basic yellow eyes, but you do get interchangeable eyes. So I'll do this on camera. Basically, let's see if I can do this on camera. You kind of pull, yeah, I won't be able to do this on camera. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even sure I can do this, period. There we go, it's coming out. Slowly but surely. There we go. Okay. So basically, you rip off his forehead like this. It'll be easier to see if you actually get the kit yourself. And then you get a clear piece for the eyes. So you just take those out, and you grab your second pair of eyes. You probably won't be able to see these. You can kind of see. You get the Berserker Eyes, I like to call them. And to put them on, you just orient them properly, which I think is like this. You you rest it on there, then you just take the top of the head and you plug it back in how it's supposed to go. Give me a second. There we go. I think these look a lot better. You probably can't see it all that well. Here, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Focus. Yeah, that probably ruined it, didn't it? There we go. I think that's how it used to be. Let's see. You can kind of see it. It looks a lot better in person. But I think the red eyes look a lot better. They kind of shine a lot more. Oops. They shine a lot more than the yellow eyes. So yeah, that's it for the head articulation. Let me reattach it real quick. Hopefully this is easy to do on camera. There we go, I think I got it. Seems stable enough. Now for the rest of articulation, it's going to be kind of difficult. These, the shoulder cannons, they move up to allow for a little more range on... a little more range on the head. Here's... oh, no, it popped back out. Here, give me a second. Ladies and gentlemen. Alright, seems to be on properly. Oops, just bumped the mic. Seems to be on properly this time. That's one of my main gripes with this thing, but we'll get to that eventually near closer to the closing thoughts of the video. So that's as far as you can look down. Then I guess we'll go over the arms next. They go in on a ball joint. They go about that far out. They can do a full 360 because they're on a ball joint and they're pretty not hindered. You get a swivel here, then you get a not really 90 degrees of movement. Then the arms are on a ball joint, or the hands are on a ball joint, sorry. So that's pretty good. For the chest, I think you get 3 joints. I don't remember properly because it's been a while since I've built it, but I'm pretty sure you get 3. So like one here, never mind, you got 2. One here at the base, and one where the abs connect to the body, the upper body. Oops, it keeps coming off. Here, let me just bring these back down and bring your head back up. For the legs, I think they're on ball joints if I remember correctly. That's pretty much out. I'm pretty sure I can go further. Yeah. So pretty good kick. And then a bend at the knee that isn't too great. Under 90, I'd say. This little knee pad moves as well to, I guess, accommodate articulation, even though it doesn't really need to move. And the legs are on a... they're on a odd joint, but it works... I'm not getting this on camera at all. It works pretty similarly to a ball joint. So it's not too bad. And then this moves, I think. Kinda, sorta. And then, let me straighten him out a little bit. Oh, got a part that came out here. There we go. And then his tail, pretty much every segment is jointed with the ball joint up until the end. In the end, they start kind of combining. So like I think this is, hold on, this is the last ball joint, and then I think it's a section, and then another small section, another small section, another small section, another small section, and then this finally this part. It's pretty decent, the articulation you got on it. I will say it's not really that great at holding a pose. I probably could tighten up the joints and see if that helps, but I kind of don't want to, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Now, so the backpack is removable. Maybe let me... there we go. Oh, you can't see it, that. So yeah, backpack is removable. And then these are removable as well, but I don't want to remove them just because it's a lot of work. but you can remove them. And then for the back here, you do get extra plates, back plates. You get the 3 corresponding ones to plug back in. So yeah, here's 1, 2, and 3. If you want to have your Kiryu without the backpack and the rest of the accessories. Let me just plug this back in. Come on, where is it? Line up the pegs. There we go, I think it's on. There's a lot of my things with this. I don't really mess with them too much, especially the backpack. Now, okay, no, I know what we'll do. Okay, you can see these here, these little firing mechanisms. You do get elongated ones, so for more when they're in use. You get 4, so you know, 2 for each side. And to change these, I believe you just take them out and swap them. I haven't done that myself, but I can try, I guess. Let's see. It's kind of difficult. I really doubt you would have to take the arm apart. Well, okay. I can't figure it out. Well, I can't pull it out. And I don't have any tools to help me right now. But I'm pretty sure you can pull them out. And just slot the other ones back in. You do also get more kind of relaxed hands that you can change out. And these are ball joints, so you just pull it out and then pull this one, put this one on. And the final accessory, which is probably my favorite, you get blades for his arms. So those just kind of slide in, and they stay on fairly well. It's not the best connection, but they won't fall out on their own. Here. They won't fall out on their own, but it's not really the best connection. You tap it lightly and it starts moving. So I'd say be careful with those. Now, to the kind of gripe section of the review. This figure, it's I don't know, it's kind of a hit or miss. It looks, you know, really nice. It looks like Kiryu. It's got pretty much all the detail that the monster art has. But number one, it's huge. It's like way out of scale with anything in the monster arts line. Number two, I think this is a gripe. It is for me anyways. It has a lot of rubber parts. So a lot of the black parts you see, they're rubber, and those can kind of be really finicky. He's got rubber in his neck, rubber in his abs, in the legs, kind of, in more of his waist, and in the tail. And that makes, you know, if parts fall off, it makes them really hard to reattach. Because there's like 2 ball joints in each plastic section, so you can't really see what you're doing to put them back on. You just kind of have to finagle it until you get it on. So that's definitely, I think, a gripe for me anyways. These are also what is it, plastic? No, not plastic, rubber. There we go. Another complaint I have is, as you can see, he's got his Absolute Zero cannon, but I glued mine shut because these were so loose. They just kept flopping about, and one of them kept falling off. So I just decided to glue it shut. Maybe there's some way of fixing that. Probably not on mine. But you know, if you decide to get one, you could probably maybe fix it. I don't know. What else? I don't know. Let me think of something while we do size comparisons. So as you can clearly see, this guy, he's a big boy. Here he is with the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2019. So yeah, he towers above him. Here he is with a high-grade Gundam figure, the RX-78-2, in case you wanted to recreate Ready Player One. Trying to like fix him up. I think that kind of works for that film. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, all my figures got like moved. Here he is with the Neca Godzilla 1962. Again, towers over him. Basically, you're not really gonna find any figures at scale with him because he's in a scale of his own. The Monster Arts, I don't have it, but it doesn't scale with this guy. The NECA doesn't scale with this guy. He might be bigger than 64, but not by much, not enough to have them, you know, be in scale. Personally, I don't mind. I think it's pretty cool to have a Mechagodzilla that's a lot bigger than everyone else. But, you know, if scale is important to you, then you probably shouldn't get this guy. What else? He's not in frame. This figure is... Oh, I should probably say final thoughts. Final thoughts. This figure, it looks really good, but it's really hard for me to recommend it because, number one, it doesn't scale with any other figures. Number two, it's pretty limited in articulation. Number three, you probably have to paint it yourself. There's a few versions of this figure that they've made. This is a standard version. They've made a version with the, I'm not sure what it's called, but the plane that is in both films. If I remember, I remember. If I don't, you can yell at me in the comments. So it's this version and the plane, and then they've made two versions of heavy arms. One is a pretty normal looking version. It's kind of oddly excuse me, it's done in odd paint. It's kind of like a beigey gray color kind of color. It's a bit odd, but you can always paint it. And then right now there's one up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. It's about $112. Apparently it's like a limited edition, and it comes pre-painted, kind of, sort of, by the pictures and by what the description says anyways. But it's hard for me to recommend this figure because, like I said before, it's not in scale. The rubber parts are kind of a downside for me. It's really pricey. It's about $100, more or less, depends on the version you get. You do have to paint it yourself, and the articulation is kind of limited on it. You'd probably be better off waiting to see if you can find a good deal on the Monster Arts, because that one's in scale, it's painted, and it looks really good. It's one of the better Monster Arts figures. You know, you don't really get to say that a lot, but the feet on the Monster Arts are die-cast, so it stands a lot better. But frankly, this is not worth the price of admission. This feels like a high-grade model kit. Like this. It's kind of like this quality. I don't know if you've ever built a model kit. The RX-78-2 here, this one was about $10. So I mean, they're pretty similar in quality. And it's, I don't know, it's hard because, for example, there's quick lesson on Gundam. The Gundam kits, they come in various grades, so difficulty, size, and what's it called? I guess detail, all play and factor in determining the grade of a Gundam figure or Gundam model kit. This is a high grade because it's a pretty simple build and it's not very detailed. Um, then after this is the real grade, which is, excuse me, it's the same size, but it has a lot more detail and a lot more parts to it. And then after real grade, there's high grades, which are about this height. They are about Kiryu size. I don't have any to show off right now, but you know, trust me, they are about that size. They have a lot of accessories. Generally, they have a lot of gimmicks to them, and they're only around $40. They're in the $40 price range. So, and they feel a lot better than this. I do have one. It's broken at the moment. It's the Master Grade Gundam Dynamis. That figure is really good for $40, but I can't say the same thing about this guy. If you like absolutely have to have a Kiryu in your collection and you can't get the monster arts, but you find a good deal on this one, then maybe I'd recommend it, but you have to keep in mind you do have to put this together. And then you probably might have to paint it depending on the version you get. Otherwise, you're probably better off trying to find a good deal on the monster arts. You know, and it's not that this is bad in any way, because I really like it. I enjoy playing around with it. It's a good figure, but the price, there's not enough here to justify the price. So yeah, that's been my review. Hopefully we'll be back soon with some more Godzilla stuff, some Neca Godzilla stuff. Thanks for stopping by. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment down below what you thought of this figure, and subscribe. I think I might have said that twice, but subscribe for more new videos coming soon. Peace.